Alright, good morning, guys. Happy New Year's Eve. So what I got for you guys today is RTS League round 4, I think, action between Dodd and Kane. Should be a pretty good match. And again, for those that are here already, try to keep spoilers out of the chat because I haven't watched the games yet. So, oh, hey, good morning there, Deathstroke. Good to see you, and you too. Hey, great fun indeed. So let's just get started right into this matchup here. Let's see, Dodd times Keen 1. Here we go. So this RTS League team clan tournament in Age of Mythology. Man, what is with this map? Everybody's been picking Vinland Saga lately. So we got a whole ton of. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I always seem to have things falling over. Alrighty, so we've got a whole bunch of Atlantean. We've got Dodd with triple Uranos. So we got Schulte, Joe, and Fox all Uranos. And meanwhile down here on Keen's side of things, we've got Skady as Uranos, Lonely Knight as Set, and Omega Blast as Zeus. No, this is just my early morning voice. It's about 5:30 in the morning, so I'm just waking up. So what we got here on Vinland Saga, if you haven't tuned into any of the recent Vinland Saga games, which seem to be a growing hysteria amongst a RTS League, is every player starts on their own little island, as you can see, that has almost nothing. Few trees, few berries, gold mine, and so then the I guess you could say mystery or goal of the game then is, at what point do the players migrate to the mainland where you got all this hunt, you got all the town centers, you got all the gold, and you got a few wild called Skraelings looking to attack your units. So that becomes a little bit of the dilemma there. Seeing that we have Dodd as 3 Uranos, I'm assuming that they are wanting to build up on the land pretty quick, probably a triple Valor on Oracles maybe. Take over the land and then use their faster boats on water to get some doubles and triples in on the water and take over the water that way. I don't like Dodd's, or not Dodd's, I don't like Keen's God combo as much. I kind of feel like Greek on this map is at maybe a little bit of a disadvantage compared to others, just because of their dependence on wood and the fact that there's hardly any wood on their mainland. Also the fact that they got to build storehouses for each little pack of trees. I mean, one storehouse here, it's just not very effective. Set is alright as well, but Set kind of historically in this map is used as more as a huge boomer and then kind of a mid to late game surge. The problem is that means that his allies are going to have to give him time to do that boom, and I don't know if one Uranos and one Zeus will be able to do that. I'm assuming Zeus will go up Hermes for a ceasefire. Also a little bit unusual, for example, to be building temples on the mainland, because then that means all their myth units are going to be spawning here. Each player does start off with a transport boat, so normally you see a player shifting like transporting one villager over and building temples on the mainland, but that didn't happen here. So in fact, I don't think anybody did it. I mean, I guess you can understand from Uranos, because it's a decent amount of time that a villager is idle moving over there. But usually you see it. And we do have Lonely Knight is building docks in the corner, going towards the corner, because just look at all the fish over here. That is a lot of fish. As far as the town centers themselves, sometimes they can be a little imbalanced on the mainland as far as where they spawn. They look pretty alright here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're about even. A lot of them on the very outside ring here. Gold also looks pretty alright. Sometimes that can be kind of skewed as well. So we have our first advance at 420. It's a pretty quick advance. Skatey is now just aging up. And I guess I could go to player 7 so I can see. And Joe is getting there. And so is Fox. One trick in this game, because sometimes if you don't have enough berries to advance, you gotta get a really slow advance, that you can find these pigs in the mainland and throw them in your boat and move them back home. And yeah, you saw these land buildings here. Kind of surprised that if their plan is to do early land harass, that they wouldn't have kind of forwarded over here a little bit more. Because just building way back here means it's going to be quite a while before he gets down here. But I don't know. I see this as a little bit of a problem for Keen. I just don't see how they will be able to keep up with any sort of land aggression, especially the fact that Skatey just now advancing, and typically it's the Uranus that you're kind of relying for early pressure. So I think probably just based on gods here, kind of screwed themselves over. Maybe they got something magical up their sleeve, but I really don't know. Yeah, Omega, that's a 6-minute advance. That's rough. Damn, this is gonna be like a 6:30. Like, that's super slow. And I see what they're doing. They're transporting all of their Prometheans over here. And they should, if he's smart, throw his Pharaoh in this and throw the Pharaoh over here to kill this. But this was kind of an ill-advised shift because he's got his Prometheans here, and like all myth units get attack bonuses against other myth units, and so this isn't doing much other than kind of a waste of Prometheans and all of that. But meanwhile on land, I see that Omega is building his first military building. Lonely Knight is shifted to take this town center, which is... oh, that's their own. Oh man, this is pretty greedy. If I were Lonely Knight, I would have taken this one, because then that protects purple. Here, I don't understand what he's trying to do is to take the lion's share of the town centers up here, but boy, they haven't even found him yet. This is kind of very poor scouting from Dodd. They should have found this by now. I mean, you gotta assume that they're going to be building docking on the mainland, and you got this pretty large space here where they could have docked, and they are completely ignoring it. That's... wow, that is not good. So Dodd wasted all the Prometheans on this. That was a mistake. A little bit of a greedy attack there. And they have water superiority for now, killing this transport ship. But despite having water superiority, really aren't doing a whole lot of pressure. And the fact that they have missed this completely is not good. And he didn't go ceasefire either, he went with restoration. Oh man, if they would have saw this. How many villas are in here? I guess we'll find out. If he ever unloads. What do we got up here? Okay, so he's doing some happy raiding of Skady. Oh, it was just his Minotaur and his Jason, so nothing too serious. Let's see if he's got. Yeah, he does have that. But man, no, this was huge. I can't believe they didn't scout this. That's just a huge mistake. And Skady's kind of getting whooped over here, but now they've got a little bit of a problem here with these mass hoplites. All because they just didn't scout right here. I mean, they had like 15 Termo and he had almost nothing. No, Joe is wasting all of his boats there. Alright, he needs to go back. It's not worth it there. Where is Skady's villagers? Maybe I might have missed it. I wonder if Skady lost his transport ship with vills in it. Because he seems to be down quite a few vills. Here's a restoration by Omega. Get this town center, which looks like he needs to do a better job with these hot plates here. Like they're doing nothing. You need to attack, not the Promethea. Yeah, attack the town center. They might have a few. Nope, that's the last of the shockwaves to use. They should get this town center. I'm curious though, really quick. I need to see if Yellow had his transport ship killed. I think he did. Looks like he did. I think I missed that somewhere. And now he's see, this is not a safe spot for him to be. Terma kind of one of those things where once you kind of get that death ball of Terma, it's kind of tough in Classical Age to overcome them without Cav. And finally, they have scouted this out. And does he have his transport ship nearby? No. Where did his transport ship go? Alrighty, so we're kind of relying on Skady to be a huge mid to late game threat, but this is why I don't like the lack of forward town center presence here, is that sure, Skady kind of gets to do whatever he wants in the back, but at the same time his allies are kind of screwed over here because they have no protection. But that's a nice spearman spam up here. It's actually turned out to be a pretty close game. I thought it would be, just based on the initial activity, kind of a landslide for Dodd, but they kind of misplayed by not scouting this for so long. And now he has enough where he can get his town center. And once Skady zips on over here, oh, don't fight this, Joe. Oh. Yeah, he's not gonna get this. Well, he's got a nice army. But his vills are almost all dead. He's not paying attention, is he? He's gonna lose all this. What is he doing? He's running, not paying any attention. So yeah, still, ooh, this is a bad fight to take. Yeah, it's looking like it's headed Dodd's way, just because the fact that, and this, oh, this isn't Skady. I messed up. This is Lonely Night. I'm talking. This blue is Lonely Night. Skady is yellow. But yeah, I think he should have shifted up here or taken one of these town centers earlier. This Chiro Ballista is just mowing down these spearmen. Okay. He's doing a nice job with his spearmen raids, but the problem with spearmen raids is that delays his advance so much to heroic age. He also doesn't have as much of a fish boom as he should have. He should have another dock here for all of this fish and another dock back here to get this. Still has a solid amount. Let's see how Lonely Knight's doing. Okay, so he is advancing now with 140 pop, but bit of a problem here. Look at all these town centers he's grabbing. Wow, this is huge right here too. It's a lot of villagers being killed while they're all up here, trying to prevent Lonely Knight from getting town centers. Because they are not gonna build this unless they send all their army down here. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of feel that DoD is misplaying here again. All of their pressure up here while Skady is by himself down on the bottom. I mean, they could just triple Skady and could have killed this a while ago. Instead, they kind of ignored Skady. Now he has an army. I mean, look at how close he's mining gold to their base. Let's take a look at fishing upgrades quick. Wait a minute here. Lonely Knight doesn't even have the fishing boat up. Am I reading that right? Man, he forgot the fishing boat upgrade. Green has almost no fishing too. This is an interesting battle here. Ooh. See, now they are pushing down here, and if they are smart with their Terma, they'll just move them over here and get us around. Oh, too late now. But like, just ignore all this right now and send all your Terma to surround these vills. They got 2 shockwaves too that they can use. And there's 1 shockwave used there to save a town center that won't be saved. And Lonely Knight is forced to use Ancestors up here. Oh, you better repair your town center here, buddy. Oh man, this is some... What is he doing? Oh, this is frustrating. He's not repairing. Oh, jeez. Oh, that was kind of awful. Should not have lost that. I don't know. Just look at all these town centers he has. Oh, jeez. So he is at full pop. Spamming out spears. Let's see if he's gotten his fishing upgrade yet. No, he did. He probably would have clicked on his dock to get his Heroic Age fishing upgrade and cussed himself out for forgetting it. These villagers are roaming across the map getting killed. Shelty is up Hecate. He's got a good score. Yes, he's... Skady is so far behind. So far behind. I also don't like Lonely Knight's usage of pure barracks units. Finally he is making a Migdal and getting Migdal units. But he should have more Migdal units than what he's got. Kill this. Oh, come on. Oh, he's got 1 hit point. 1 measly hit point. Oh, you can't just have your Chariot Archer shoot at that once. Oh, this is a nice tart gate too. I don't understand Skady and, or not Skady, Lonely Knight and his use of barracks units here. Like, he should not have been... The early barracks units weren't a big problem, but he should have transitioned before he did. And also he's letting us one boat kill 6 fishing ships so far, and he still hasn't gotten a proper boat boom yet. Because what you want to do as your Set or your whatever Egyptian you are in this situation is you want to get enough fish that you can do a elephant spam, especially against Atlanteans. But yeah, Shelty's doing pretty good, and Lonely Knight is doing pretty bad, I would say, given the circumstances. Like now, his allies here are getting pushed off of pretty much everything, and I think this is Skatey's only 2 citizens on the main map. So he only has like 3 citizens. Oh come on, he's right in front of your face. Lonely Knight just has a very poor unit combination. If you wanted to make Axeman now, that would be alright. This target gate actually did quite a bit of work here. Let's see how Omega is doing. He does have Underworld. I should almost use Underworld just to get these villagers moved to the back. They're mining gold right in front of them again. Yeah, Lonely Knight just doesn't have enough. Just the lack of a boat boom here is kind of a bit of a problem. And he does have that. How many games did you miss? This is the first game. The end of the first game, so you didn't miss any. You just missed Lonely Knight kind of throwing away his advantage here by making barracks units for too long and not getting a better fish boom. Because really Omega, for the situation he's been in, has actually done pretty well. Look at all these trees. That's just cancerous. These Hesperides trees are a cause for cancer. Scientifically proven. Like this here, this is my kind of style. Yeah, I don't even think Lonely Knight is at full villager pop right now. And, he's making his priest down here, so they'll just die right away. I don't think if he can get this tree there converted, he might be able to do something. Oh, he's mismanaging his troops again. Yeah, this is going nowhere. This looks like it's about the end of the game. This bird is cleaning up. This is kind of an interesting little gold mine here in this little nook in the woods. This is... The science side is 2020, but why did he use his underworld here and not like down here where he would have a free run over? But whatever. Yeah, Shelty had a pretty good game. This game. Finally, he noticed this bird killing all of his units. Still got this right there. And that Titan's probably gonna clear everything up. Why isn't he killing the rest of that fortress there? Yes, I like to see X-Men fighting Terma. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this game is over. Nicely played by Shelty. Keen had chances. Kind of given some extra time on life with Dodd's poor early scouting that they didn't see Omega here. But Lonely Knight, I'd put this blame entirely on Lonely Knight. He scuffed it. He scuffed it. Poor Boat Boom. Forgot his fishing ship upgrade. Made too many military barracks units, not enough Migdal units. Like, even with his Boat Boom, he was never ahead of Schulte and Eco until the very end. Where he had 107 villagers here, but still couldn't manage to get the best Eco. Like, Skady, for the situation Skady was in, he didn't do bad at all. Neither him nor Omega. They did pretty well, given what they were given, just because they had no support early from Lonely Knight. So that is game 1. And, oh crap. Did I have it on the wrong thing all the game? I thought I changed these. I did, didn't I? Thought I changed it to the proper thing. Anyway, oops. Oh well, no big deal. Oh, Dodd won that. There we go. Well, he shouldn't have made slingers or spearmen, or either. He should have gone. I mean, the early spears weren't bad because they kind of needed the help on the land, but as soon as he got to heroic, he should have just switched over to pure Migdal unit and elephants, but he didn't have the eco because he didn't have the proper fish boom for no reason. No dumb fault. Anyway, we are going to move on over. Yep, the Legend Slayer Allen is in the chat again. Well, the Greek wasn't a bad idea. I mean, Greek isn't really very good on this map, but the problem was Lonely Knight. Well, it doesn't even matter. That's no excuse for... I mean, Age of Mythology isn't hard. And it's not like you need any sort of brain to realize that you need more fish than what he has, and realize that you need to research your per sign upgrade, and to realize that barracks units compared to Migdal units suck. I mean, that doesn't matter. The map has no effect on that. That's just normal brain power there. I mean, why is he making spearmen in heroic age, medium spearmen, not even heroic age spearmen, when he could just make a Migdal and instead of spearmen have heavy elephants wandering around, living for an infinite period of time. But that's alright. Whatever. Don't watch me play, because you'll see a lot worse. Let's see. Let's move on to the other game here. Oh, by the way, Pegasus, was that Dodd's map? Here we've got Mediterranean. And this is game 2 of DoDAxKeeN. So down on the bottom left, okay, so this is Keen's map here. Down on the bottom side, we've got Keen. We've got Lonely Knight is Isis. We've got Skady as Uranus, and we've got Mega Blast as Zeus. And up on the top, we got Joe as Isis, Shelty as Hades, because he's weird like that, and Fox as Isis. So double Isis and a Hades. Don't really like the double Isis combination here. I think that, I mean, one Isis is fine, but two kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. I think they'd be better off with a different god. But we'll see. So in Mediterranean, what you typically see is a real heavy early boat battle that kind of extends until players have their town centers, and then either by virtue of somebody winning water or people just not quite carrying anymore, the boat battles stop, and in mid-heroic it moves to the mainland where players will then fight on land. One thing to note that makes water a little more important is that we do have the variation where the settlements are within a water range, so that makes siege boats late game fairly important because you'll have 3 town centers for each team that are within water range. Other than that, town centers look pretty straightforward. I mean, they're pretty standard on the Mediterranean. You got your forward ones, you got your back ones, you got your ship ones, and that's about it. There is the little island in the middle with the lonely monkey. Baboon, actually. I like to see when the Egyptians use a fishing boat to build on this main island there. I always enjoy it. So this, unlike Vinland Saga, there's really no reason to move to the main island. Unless you're trolling. Or you want to build your Titan Gate out here. Which would be awesome. Harder's Folly, the worst relic in the game. Throw horseshoes, not bad. The Flagstone of Buin to make walls cheaper. And, or Mr. I wonder how you say this word. Ankh, Vra. I'm sorry, there's really not much to talk about in classical or archaic age here. Could criticize maybe some villager use, maybe somewhere. Look at all these villagers trying to huddle around the one pig. Get 100% water control on Wonder on that island. It would be big enough to throw a Wonder on here. Might have to cut that tree down. Aha! We see it. I like it. See, Fox. He's kind of a cagey old dude. He knows some tricks. This island is useful too if you're Chronos to time shift your docks onto here. Alright, well, let's see our ages up. Alright, so Lonely Knight is going up with Anubis, so he's going all out water. And Uranus player is going up with Oceanus, so he's going all out water. And Athena is going up with Athena, or Zeus is going up with Athena, so that's all out water. And I understand the Oceanus use. Yeah, you just have to, well, because it's round, this island, no matter which way your dock's facing, you're going to be able to shift it onto here. I mean, really, if you're on this side and you want to shift so you have an earthy aggressive dock, you can just throw it right here. So you can time shift that there. So yeah, this map, the island always works really well for Chronos early dock aggression. And oh wait, I didn't look at Bast. Is Shelty up? Yeah, there he is. He went up with Restoration. And boy, the ISIS players are pretty slow to age up here. This Caladria is one of the most underrated myth units in the game too. It is really good. The heal rate is so fast. In fact, as in this situation, oh, that's a nice shockwave. Got quite a few boats there. In this situation, you should almost make a second Caladria. That way you can do double the healing on boats. And also, usually what I do, which I'm hardly the best player to imitate, usually what I do is just throw them on a team, my Caladria, and just like set a little healing area somewhere. Like, look at all these boats that are almost dead. I mean, they do have restoration, which they'll probably use in just a minute, I would think. Yeah, there we go. Which kind of renders that point useless. We have not seen the serpents get cast yet. I would cast the serpents here if I were him. I haven't said anything about chemo yet this stream, so you're lying. You just want to talk about your BFF. Usually your serpents are best used forward instead of defensively. The best point usually use serpents is like right at their dock, so that every ship that gets built gets attacked by them. Which I don't think he's used his serpents yet. No. Yeah, if I were him, I would throw the serpents down. I would have either done it here, or I would do it about here right now. I don't really need it on this side. Looks like this is a pretty firm win over here. Okay, that's not bad either. I mean, that kind of ensures that they win this side of the water. But you need to back up. Where's he going? Why are you leaving your snakes out to dry? I mean, Chemo, of course he's an expert, but expert staff doesn't really mean you're an expert. It just means you're expert staff in RTS Sanctuary. Kind of the one thing is, what's the point of giving a guy expert staff on a website he doesn't go to? What does it really accomplish? Some poor use of the, why wouldn't you have put it up here? But regardless, well, this is kind of in a deadlock over here. I think Skady should put his docks, or put his boats up here. Elbon on this side, since they have firmly won this over here. So Dod has been thoroughly booted off water on this side already. That was a pretty quick loss. Unfortunate that Joe was on the edge. Usually you want your Egyptian to be a pocket because they tend to be a little bit slower. But we do see a huge prosperity. Assuming he's going to want to build town center soon, but this is a nice placement here from, actually if you would just move his units a half screen over, you would be able to stop this. Well, now you'll figure it out. He is Zeus too, so he could just bolt this if he wanted to. Oh, watch out, your poor little villager. He should win this pretty easily. Anyway, what am I doing? What else is going on? Not too much. We got town centers being grabbed by Keen. They kind of are way ahead. And he did bolt the Pharaoh. And I tell you right now, Omega, I'm calling you out on everything. I tell you use restoration, and you used it. I tell you use bolt, and you use it. Yeah, build this town center too. Oh, here come these units down here to die because Shelty's paying attention. Oh, they all just ran past each other. And Fox is going on a little fishing ship raid, considering they have lost all water. So, well, you're letting Shelty fish. Come on, guys. What is with Skady's Carnivora this game? Like, what is the purpose of that? Oh, wow. Yes, I am a Zeus expert. Back in the day. I know, yeah, good carnivore here. Along with that one. But that's alright, it doesn't really matter. I've really... Yeah, you might have. I wonder if you got confused and thought this was the other person's town center or something. Boy, all these whiners in chat, like, does it really matter if he's expert staff or not? He doesn't even go to that website. Like, what's the point? Expert staff is just so he can post games in the expert forum, but if he doesn't go to the website anyway, even if he had expert staff, it wouldn't change anything. You know? Yeah, not often you'll see such a landslide of water domination amongst like two good teams. I mean, you'll see bad teams get rolled, but well, what does it matter? I mean, sure, we could take their tag away, but again, I mean, that doesn't really validate your point. It just means that, yeah, they should get their tag taken away, but it's not like because of that it means Chemo should get a tag he doesn't even care about anyway. Well, maybe he does, I don't know, it's hard to say with Chemo. But, I mean, you don't need a tag to say, oh, this guy's an expert. I mean, it's just an arbitrary tag on a website that's half dead anyway. So what does it matter? I mean, it's just a lot of excitement over nothing. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, it's anyway. That's enough talk on something that doesn't matter. Are you Chemo? Or are you Chemo's mom or something? Anyway, about this game here, not sure why Lonely Knight is making barracks again. He seems to like doing that. Like, why is he making barracks and not just aging up and making Migdal units? Like, I don't understand this. This Lonely Knight guy, he's a strange dude. Even though they've won water, they're still letting Shelty fish. I mean, I know it's only 5 boats, but that's 5 more boats than what he should be fishing with. But Joe is way behind, like way behind. And Omega here's got 4 town centers, looking real good. Look at this Omega, he's got the highest score, he looks good. His army looks good in the teal color. Man, Kishawa, you can't let it go. Just pretend in your mind he has expert staff, because it won't change anything anyway, because he doesn't go to the website. So yeah, you do look good. I mean, look at this. Look at your forward build. You got, well, here, you should forward build a little bit closer though. Over here we've got probably what's going to be a permanent stalemate, and they'll just push through on this side when eventually. Ooh, Ancestor's Eclipse used kind of peculiarly way back here. I guess. Oh yeah, he's got the monument there. He might lose this town center because he's. It was a nice. It looks really good on my. You're right. It is a nice paragraph. It looks really good in my little chat thing here, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold on this side much longer. Although Fox is, well, okay, his units are dead. But Joe is just way behind, and if they could find this, find that gold mine there to cast Pestilence on it. Oh, Hera, I like it. I like Hera. Oh, fortified town centers comes in the clutch. Look at that, and now that's the end of Fox's push. Like he went all in on this push here. Ooh, got lightning storm killing everything. And that was everything you put into that push, which didn't quite work. So now you've got Osiris over here. So now Fox won't be able to push through on that side. And we do have Ancestor's Eclipse over here. We've got the forward. Why do people build mirror towers? They're so bad. Like in comparison to a normal tower, they do less damage, they cost a lot more, and they suck. It only does 20 damage. There is, though, a trick, I think, with mirror towers that you can kind of double their attack if you spam clicks fast enough. It allows it to, like, shoot 2 rays instead of 1. But that's a lot of work. It is cool, like the mirror tower, I mean, look at that. It looks cool. But Joe's dead, so I think this is the end of the series here. Man, this was kind of an utter domination. The mirror tower. He doesn't usually, like when you click on a unit, it says use against. But this doesn't. See, even they knew that this sucked because they said they didn't put anything for it to be used against. See, like here, you click on it, use against infantry. Here, there is nothing, so you don't even need to use it on anything. Well, but normal towers do bonus damage against ships, and they do a whole lot more bonus damage than a mirror tower. This is like your crusade for chemo. It's just not right. It's expensive, it does less damage than a normal tower. Sure, it does have more hit points, but what does that matter? I mean, it does no damage. Overall, it just sucks. That's what you can do. It's kind of like the usage of a forward lighthouse or a forward wonder. It's just kind of showing to the enemy that they're screwed, and you're BMing them by making a building that is so cost inefficient. I don't know why Dot hasn't resigned yet. Like, what are they waiting for? I like how the Son of Osiris is like a man sitting here under 2 Migdal fire. Look at this dude. This is a real man. There you go. Move him away. Hey Omega, where is your siege units here? I see you have one Petrobolus. Anyway, we are about finished with this game. So that's gonna tie the series at 1-1. Just a reminder, in RTS League during the regular season, it's not like they're best of matches. It's a round robin, and each clan plays the other twice in each match. So this will end at a 1-1 tie, as we see from the resignations. So let me update that on the scoreboard real quick. So DoDAxKeeN went 1-1. What a demolition on this Mediterranean. We see Omega ended up in first place. A mighty 51-55. And really the main thing is you just take the steamroll off of the water. See, this is a problem with double Egyptian, is that the Egyptian is just a little bit slower than the rest to build boats, so Keen was able to ride this boat advantage and keep it up and push on through. So, because we do have some time here, I'm going to move on to FROSTA against ADO, which maybe we're not close games because FROSTA is pretty good and ADO is kind of middle-ish at best, but why can't look at this? This looks all off center. Let's fix this. I think if I put spaces over here, there we go. That's kind of center now. Alright. Yeah, Loki has a nice wonder. Looks good. We should just switch it around and have like the Egyptian wonder be Loki's wonder. So let's move on over to Frost and ADO. I don't know if Swiss Boy's in the chat, but yesterday he was whining to get the Frost ADO match stream. So this is for Swiss Boy, who apparently isn't even around today, but that's alright. So ADO times Frost. Not Mediterranean again. Why do people pick this map? Okay, anyway. Get Frost on the bottom. Gaia, Kronos, Aranos. So pure Atlantean over here, each one of each civ. And on the top we've got Odin, Thor, Loki. I thought we'd get all the Norse up in the top. Odin, Thor, Uranus. So ADO is why my casting games have already been casted, because I haven't watched them yet, and I'm probably gonna watch the game anyway, so I might as well just stream it when I watch it. Besides, there's some people that haven't seen it either. And there's some people that it's just a Sunday on their board, and even if they've already watched the game, they'll watch it again just because they have nothing else going on in their life. Like Stab, I'm sure he saw this already and he's tuning in again just because. I think that was kind of an insult to Stab, in which case I apologize, because Stab's a good guy. Stab just likes watching me stream, that's why he's here. And Stab was also a participant in one of like the historically awesome, most awesome games on Age of Mythology the other day, where he won without like any town centers for 95% of the game, because he was carried by me. Anyway, I'm just gonna fast forward this archaic age boredom, and we got a deconstruct here. Oh man, he looked very carefully blocking his old Sarkin. So, oh, he's going to advance very slow because of that deconstruct. Very, very slowly. Yeah, this is going to be like a very powerful 5-minute 45 advance. In this case here, when you are up against a Kronos and you get yourself your dock time shifted, you should probably just make a second Ulfsark. because you're gonna have to rebuild your dock and build your temple kind of at the same time. So we here how do you say this name? Barachkola is already in some pretty deep doo-doo. The fact that he's going to be up at 545, he's got three Prometheans attacking his house here. He's got a carnivora whacking at his dock. He has no fishing to speak of, so Barachola at 5 minutes and 30 seconds is already getting kicked off of water. So this might be a bit of a landslide here. Achilles is trying his best to help, but that deconstruct on his dock kind of screwed him over pretty heftily. Yeah, GG at 5 minutes. Well, it's 6 minutes, but yeah, it's pretty one-sided. Pretty one-sided over here that he was pushed off of water this early in the game, all because of a Chronos deconstruct. Oh, well, at least that'll make this game faster. record losing water before he even advances. You guys are mean. And he has no docks. Over here we've got Brutos going toe-to-toe against Sir Eisenstange. And it's not looking too good for Brutos. Okay. Oh, man. Got one forest fire there. And he's building a manor. This villager is... Oh, yeah, get him in the tower here. Oh, man. I don't like how, like, Atlantean villagers can, like, kind of, like... It's like they're almost riding an airplane. They can be, like, right here and manage to garrison from here. Very unfair. Please use these boats for something useful. Oh, Barachola was trying to get a dock. And he's got a Philly settlement with his villagers kind of standing by. I know he probably clicked on this pig and it's being stupid. This villager is walking and not going anywhere. Kind of like the game overall for ADO. Oh, moving on back. No wonder Swiss Boy wanted me to cast these games. It's like an absolute demolition. Oh man, 3 town centers. Look at this guy. I don't know where he's going to get this food to support any sort of 3 town center boom. Oh man. This was kind of brutal. Oh. Should kind of maintain his ox cart a little bit better here. We have town centers being grabbed from Frost. Town center Frost. Town center. He's not getting a town center. Why are they so slow to get a town center? ADO has been completely booted off of the map. Yeah, Gaia Mythic is a little underwhelming. The lack of any sort of siege bonus kind of hurts her. Has a hard time pushing through buildings, which is what happens on this map. Still has a good eco though. The faster caravans does allow for additional army units, because Gaia's unique tech does make caravans move faster, so that in and of itself should allow Gaia to get a few more military units out late. Okay, I understand what he was trying to do there. Oh, why is Forever so slow to get a town center? There he goes. There he goes. Ice and Strange is trying to get his. Yeah, guys, pretty decent in team games. Not so good still in 1v1, just because Guy has some pretty easy to exploit Gaia's early game weakness, being lack of myth unit killing, and also all this forest fire still getting in some damage, and then also the slow units. But team game, especially water maps, Guy is pretty solid, yeah, as you are saying here. Swiss Boy's got a couple. Did he kill this town center or what? Or is he just making things? Frost is kind of coasting here a little bit. Like they aren't putting on a whole lot of aggression. And these three behemoths are kind of pointless too. They're just getting surrounded and killed. Oh wait, Teal is on the other team. Never mind. Oh, your Herseer is running past these. Biffle Ironblood. So because he's kind of incompetently running his Herseer past the Behemoth, they might kill this town center. We've kind of reached a point in this game where everybody's just building eco and not doing a whole lot. Yeah, they're gonna kill this town center. Which is annoying. Here comes another one. Alright, rebuild your town center, Yellow. Oh, sorry guys for the yawn. I don't think we've got any RTS league for today either, by the way. I'll check to confirm, but I think it got all played mostly during this week and yesterday. There's just not, it's kind of just slowed up here. There's not a whole lot going on. Brudos, despite getting booted off water pretty quick, isn't really far behind Ice and Stange. The problem is though is that the Odin player is way behind. He's also housed, which is a little bit unusual. He must not have all of his houses built. Yeah, he's only at 80 of 80. Now he's 80 of 65 because he lost his forward town center. This poor dude. There you go, he's got his main town center back. What kind of links are you putting in my chat? dabbing. I heard the dab was effective. I think there's the video of Julius Caesar dabbing after he took over Gaul. I think he dabbed back then. Ooh, look at this raid. Yeah. Yeah, AIC, that is his favorite emote, is the LOL emote. Oh man, he didn't even get to kill that villager. It's looking a little bit grim here for Barachicola. You guys. Brutos is putting on a show over here. He'll probably use Frost shortly to save his town center. Oh, red took the town center now, and yellow's taking this one. I like it. He should be able to kill these destroyers. Brutos. Brutos. Is he gonna use Frost? What do you think? Yep. I mean, it saves the town center for a little bit, but I mean, as soon as Frost is done, he's gonna lose his town center. You can't. That's the problem with Norse, is that, oh man, look at all these birds too.
These birds are gonna destroy everything.
Even the town center. And he's up, Hikati. When are you supposed to say that? If there are any Atlanteans left and alive, you could ask them. Yeah, now it's gonna go down, like, right away. Double Frost. This is why this game takes so long. It's because they're just frosting everything. Frost is probably, actually, properly used, one of the best god powers. Like, if you could get it in that rare circumstance where you can get it is on an army and economy, that is huge, because I mean, it's basically 45 seconds of your economy being frozen, which is pretty big. This game is pretty much over. I do have to give props over to Brutos, though. Despite his allies' incompetence on this side, he's doing pretty well against green. But just for sake of time, I don't think there's a whole lot else going to happen here. I'm just going to throw this on fast forward and watch all these destroyers destroy things. Ooh, Ragnarok. On how many vills? Looks like 50. Oh, a little more, 70. 70 Vil Rag. And they will run into these towers and run away. Wrong way. He traitorred this giant and it immediately got whack-a-mole. Alrighty, so, oh, red's got ball there too. Look at that. Another mirror tower. Why are people building these things? The Tyroi need a buff? I think they're pretty decent right now, actually. Alright, this game's over. Yep, here comes Reg 2 to come meet all this and die again. Just by making these useless mirror towers. Alright, well that's over. The end. The end. Anyway, those mirror towers. It does look cool, I will agree. But looks don't really translate into in-game usefulness. I mean, just look at me. I mean, I'm probably about the sexiest guy that plays AOM, but geez, I can't play worth anything these days. I mean, did you guys see me get smoked by Shelty? And then Shelty got smoked by Skatey? It's just embarrassing. What are we? Oh, we're on Frost. Frost times ADO game 2. Yes, I like Marsh. Marsh is a much better map. I don't have better stuff to do than recast. Not really. I mean, that's why I get up at 5:30 in the morning, because the family's asleep. This is kind of the early morning stream. It's kind of like daddy time, where I just kind of sit around and get to enjoy things on myself before the rest of the family wakes up, and then I'm busy most of the rest of the day. And I like AOM for some strange and unknown reason. I'm just looking at these rivers here. Just looking at them. They all look kind of, they're all kind of come out with these two little prongs here at the end. I mean, see? Even this one right here. Anyway, what do we got? Next year, yeah, 2018. I'll be asleep when the clock turns over to the next year. I'm just not into all that party stuff. And I have to work at 5:30 in the morning, so I'll probably be asleep by 10 p.m. tonight, and the new year will come, and it'll still be cold outside, and I still will have to go to work, so what's the point? Anyway, over here on the left side of the map, we've got ADO, Odin, Uranus, Thor. On the right is Frost. We've got Eisenstein as Gaia. Loki as Loki. And Swiss Boy is Thor. So a lot of Norse players here. Okay, this relic is actually one of the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove that from my my profile, because I don't really show anybody anything anymore. It's more put in there for my own entertainment. Wait a minute here. Oh, okay. The arrows of Alfar and the Wajidai. But I like this Pygmalion statue. It makes your villagers, especially when you're playing against Ron, you know, you're gonna get locust cast on your vills. Usually if you have Pygmalion statue, it'll save all your vills, just because of the extra HP. Canopic Jar of Imsity. Scarab Pendant. Siege is stronger, that's good. Oh, Pair of Lions, not so great. Alright, yeah, we got a collection of relics here. Some of them are good, some of them not. So I'm looking for the Caravan relic. That's the best one in the game. So what we'll see here as far as strategy, the second best relic. Ooh, that is a good question. The second best relic. The cavalry one is pretty good. The second best, it's kind of hard to say because you call it. Oh, gee, you sicko. What's all these villagers doing idle? The problem with the second best is that there are quite a few good relics that kind of vary depending on the your civ. Like the caravan relic is good in any situation on any map, and it's so good. It's basically giving you cheaper Mythic Age units in or caravans and Heroic Age, especially in a team game when you get your team bonus anyway. They really, it probably should be kind of nerfed pretty heavily. But the rest of the relics, there's quite a few good ones that are fairly decent. I mean, even the economy ones you can't argue with. I mean, it's a free 10% upgrade. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, you get like the hero tech for Loki, and that's probably the second best relic. Like if you're Loki. They're doing flaming. They are, aren't they? You might be able to save it. Yeah, he did. Very poorly cast forest fire here. But unfortunately he's going to get tripled, it looks like. And he's going to use that. Might kill it. It's going to be close. Oh, no, not quite, but 50 HP. The problem is now that these guys are showing up, they will finish it off. Oh man, he would have his town centers firing at the units here a bit better, but yeah, you got all this to clean up, so that is the end of the town center. Yeah, I say that the forest fire was poorly cast, because the forest fire is capped at how much damage it can do to buildings, and it can kill a town center on its own. But if another building starts proccing the damage, then it won't. So he cast the forest fire a little bit too far here, and the Eco Guild took some of the damage, so that resulted in the town center not going down to forest fire. Which, by the way, for all of those that complain about forest fire killing Atlantean town centers, the easy counter to that, if you think it's coming, is to build a building on each side of your town center. So you can build your house here, your eco guild here, and like your temple right here, and you will not lose your town center to forest fire. So man, they're going all in on this poor Brutos. I don't know what Red is doing. He appears to not be helping. Oh, here's Red. Right here. Actually, building, look, he got that town center built pretty quickly. But he seems like he's kind of slow to get help from. Red seems like he's kind of slow. Like, why is he building? I guess I can understand why he's building throwing axemen. But they're so slow in this situation, they kind of suck. You should really be doing like raiding cavalry. And here is also the thing. In situations like this where they are going all out to attack, they leave their economy, especially the Norse players, wide open. I mean, if they got, like what purple should be doing here is he should have like a counter group of like 6, 7 Olsarks to do some raiding. And here's a forest fire. He is burning Blue's forest, which is kind of weird. And then also the problem is that, and he's also used forest fire on his own woods too. They're kind of stupid. See, these Olsarks half of these should have been raiding, and that's how ADO gets back into the that would be how ADO would get back into this game, is that half of these old sarks should have been raiding and killing, because you look at that, that's wide open. And now red's kind of getting demolished too. So first they demolish Brutos's original base. And hey, is that Narvi in the chat? Narvi, why are they making fun of you? You want me to time them out or anything? Man, Red's got a lower score than blue. That's embarrassing. Like, blue's the one who got attacked. Man. Reed over here fighting 2-on-1. Red is fighting 0 versus 2. They're probably aging up soon, maybe. No, probably a little early to age up. Well, no wonder Swiss Boy wanted me to cast these games. It's just utter demolition. Anyway, I think this game is about over. Yeah, it's over. I apologize for these bad games here. It's kind of disappointing. I should have known it ahead of time. And red is dead. Very dead. Oh boy. Anyway, let's just look and double check and make sure there is no RTSL games later today. I don't believe there are. I think everybody's trying to avoid everything. This was played. UM was played. That was played. Yep, all the first leagues were played. That was played. That was played. That played. Yep. So no New Year's Eve RTS League, guys. So hopefully you guys will be able to survive a Sunday without it. And I'm just gonna hit play fast here so we can get to the end, because this was kind of demolition. Anyway, that is game 2 of this series. So let's just change this just for funsies for us to ADO 0, and we can look at the post game if we really want to and see that red got demolished, and blue, despite losing his first town center, did alright. Not bad. What is this guy saying? I'm gonna have to use Google Translate for that thing. Anyway, let's take a look at our standings here before we call it a day. And we will look at this division. The only games that haven't been uploaded, that'd be at TM. I don't really know who won those games. But we look at Division 1, and it's kind of a big ol' sandwich here. Acid is off to a pretty poor start. Frost up there towards the top. UCA. Let's look at next week and see what kind of matches we got up. Alright, we got Frost against Acid. Alright. We got TM and EOM, ADO and JSS, UCA and .B. Nothing too spectacular there for matchups. And we go over Division 2. And we got a lot of games that haven't been uploaded yet. But we got WLM, they kind of quit because they ran out of players. So D2, you got ONU is doing pretty well. You got Keen and Dodd. Once WLOM gets removed, I think that'll give Frost B a couple more wins because they lost to WLOM somehow. Yeah, 2-0. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to turn this stream off. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Tuning in. And we'll see you guys later. Not till probably the new year. So Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all had a great 2017. And here's to a better 2018. Maybe Swiss Boy will find some love in 2018. That would be awesome. And we will call it a day. So thanks for tuning in all. And I'll catch you guys some other time. So have a good one and don't drink too much tonight.